Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Discuss the latest news, just fans giving their views. This channel is red. They see the bar and raise it, plus they rep for the ladies. Trust it's red. See my voices in football. Red. If you want to talk up, it's a red channel for me and you. Subscribe and tune into the ladies in red.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ladies in Red, Soph and Zeo show, back again, back with plenty to talk about. To be fair, obviously Ollie is no longer in charge, so we used to have plenty of debates about that, so we'll discuss that obviously, and so many rumours going around about United, plenty to delve into, Zeo. But firstly, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing this evening?
Great, thanks for having me, always a pleasure. And just want to add, the fence is now broken.
I told you it's crumbling. I told you it's crumbling against Watford. It's collapsing beneath me. There's no bench to sit on anymore. It's gone. It's gone. As Football Crew said there, Carrick at the wheel at the minute. First, what's your thoughts on that? Because I'll be honest, we all said it many, many times. Ollie takes the brunt of it, of course, but his coaching staff needed looking at as well. Ollie's gone. The coaching staff remain. What's your thoughts on that?
Same thing, I think. Like, if we think that Ollie didn't take advice and stuff and tips from Carrick as well, like, then I think we're a bit silly. Like, they were always talking. You believe that Carrick was saying to Ollie, "Now you shouldn't play that team, you should play this team," and Ollie never tried things out or whatever. It's the same thing, and it was a bit disappointing for me, to be honest. I was a bit upset when I saw that Carrick got put in, but who can they put in? I did say, if they sack Ollie now, who can they put in? So I guess it's a step in the right direction if they're not going to keep him in the job, but it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah,
for me, I think.
The frustrating thing is, isn't it? Obviously, international break, we had that 2 weeks. It was like delaying the inevitable. We said it over and over again. Ollie will be sacked. It's a matter of when, not if. I was saying I hope he turns it around, but obviously that didn't happen. But we all knew after that Liverpool game in particular, like, there was no really turning back from that. So we had that 2-week international break where we could have gone out and could have looked at someone, looked for an interim to bring in, had a plan in place. We delayed it for one extra game. Got absolutely slapped by Watford, which, don't get me wrong, nobody really saw that coming, but we got absolutely slapped by Watford. And then we haven't got a plan. There's no backup. And I think it boils down to the fact that this club is just run so poorly again, Zio.
Yeah, like you said, there was no plan. But I guess maybe they just didn't want, I forgot his name, Conte in the first place. So maybe there was no plan from then type of thing. It's like, well, we definitely don't want him. So what are we going to do? We might as well give Ollie a bit more of a chance because we got no other idea of what to do. Yeah. So it feels mad to say because we won, match just gone, but I still feel in the same position and disappointed. And when watching the game, I still felt disappointed, even though we won. So it's a bit mad, it's a bit contradictory, and it's a bit mixed feelings. But I just feel like nothing's changed, and I feel like this man and that man saying, "I ain't leaving," like Wolf of Wall Street, "I ain't leaving." Like what's his name, Ed Woodward, and I just feel like nothing's changing. And I'm worried, what decision are they actually going to make? Although it's looking good rumor-wise, but what decision are they actually going to make? How many games does Carrick has to win until he gets that contract?
Don't do a Rio. Do not do it.
It can't happen. That can't happen.
I saw a tweet earlier. It said we were linked to 33 different managers on Twitter today, apparently. That's all the rumours, 33. So I think everyone's guessing at the minute. Nobody really knows who. If it is an interim, if it is that someone comes in short term, I don't really mind about that, to be fair, because I think we need to settle the ship again. There's plenty of football left to play in this season. Like, I don't think we should write this season off. For me, you keep going. Like, we've seen big teams drop points. No, for me, I think we get an interim in and then hold on for, I want Ten Hag in the summer. If we could get someone in short term to steady the ship, to maybe compete for something this season for us. We're still in the Champions League as well. Come in and do a Tuchel, that would be nice. We've seen it happen before. A club legend gets sacked mid-season. A manager come in from the French league and then take them to win the Champions League. So why can't we do that?
No reason that we can't, other than we probably don't want to. I don't know. Like, Glazers are probably thinking, "Oh, nah, a French man, someone from the French league's too expensive." They're probably thinking, "Oh, we need a cheaper option." I'm really worried to what they're gonna do. I'm really worried about if Carrick goes on a run. That scares me, but I don't want Man United to lose. So what am I meant to hope for?
Surely we learn from our mistakes, though. Come on. Surely we learn from what happened with Ollie, you'd think.
A win's a win. I guess winning is winning, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I want Carrick to go into a run, but I want there to be insurances that even if he does go on a magical run, he's not going to be manager of Manchester United because Carrick, for me, shouldn't be given that role yet. Maybe
No.
given another role in the club as in continue being as maybe an assistant coach or whatever, or some format. But for me, like whoever comes in should bring their own team as well. If we need a world class manager now to take us to that next level, because Carrick probably come in instead of the ship, as you know, and whatnot. But unless we actually win anything, that's not good for anybody. Not when you're Manchester United manager. We saw with Ole. He steadied the ship, but the trophy was the next thing. We got to a final, we bottled it. So we need someone who's going to take us to that next level, and it has to be someone who's experienced. For a club like Manchester United, it's got to be somebody who's experienced, somebody who's a winner. And I think out there now, you'd probably say Zidane, Pochettino, Ten Hag, we've already mentioned. Out the ones who are available, I know Luis Enrique has been spoken about today as well, Valverde. There's a lot of managers that we've been linked to. Who out of there really fits the bill for us? Because Pochettino is experienced in the Premier League, yes.
Yeah.
He's working with some major names in PSG. Apparently, obviously, he's a United fan. He loves United, and he'd leave that job instantly to come to United. I like the idea of getting a manager he's got likes of Messi, Mbappe, Neymar in his squad, and he's still willing to come and tolerate Phil Jones, who is still in our squad, believe it or not. Do you know what I mean? I want a manager like that. Someone who's not going to be a short term. Someone who's got a long term plan. Who's got a plan. And look, him getting Spurs to the Champions League final was a massive achievement, in my opinion. Yes,
Definitely.
he didn't win it, but getting them there. I mean, as we always say, it's only Spurs. They got to a Champions League final and they played some mad football in that season as well.
Which Champions League was that? The one where Gareth Bale scored, or am I thinking of a different one?
You're thinking of a different one.
Okay, never mind.
You're thinking of Liverpool in the final.
Okay. Oh yeah. So what you've reminded me of is the coaching staff is the same, and I'm like,
yeah.
No matter what manager we bring in, if he can't bring in his own coaching staff, how much will really change? Is he going to come in and be like and complain and then become some sort of outcast, and then everyone starts disliking him because he's complaining about the coaching staff, complaining about this? And I just think if we can't change all of that, it's just going to be the same.
Yeah.
And I'm really worried about that. Yeah, I would like Poch. I thought about it, and I would like Poch, but I wouldn't like Poch with Carrick and Phelan and blah blah. Because I feel like
got to bring his team in.
Yeah, I would like Ten Hag. Surely Ten Hag will come and be like, "Yeah, I want my coaches," but are they going to allow that?
I'd love it to bring Van der Sar as well. To be fair with him,
same. But are they going to allow that? Do they sit down and have a discussion? And this manager saying, "I want to bring in this coach, this coach, this coach." You're going to have to sack my man, and my man, and they go no, and then the manager's like, "Allow it then. I don't want the job." Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Of course.
I don't know what
any world class manager will bring their team.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I don't know what Man United's plans are, and that's what. That's what's worrying me. It's really stressful at the moment, but at least they've made step one.
Yeah,
which is a positive. They've made step one.
Don't get me wrong. Like Carrick being the interim, I get it. Like, but the thing that frustrates me, like, obviously he's the most natural one to step in whilst the manager's gone. I get it. But the fact that we like I say, we had the international break and we had time to get a plan in place. Everyone could see that Ole was going to be sacked.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone could see it. Everybody could see it. So why have we not put a plan in place? You know what? Just in case it does happen. Of course, we all hope to turn it around. But let's be honest, it wasn't going to turn it around. So we needed a plan in place, and that should have started in that international break. Fair enough, you might not employ someone or whatever, but there should be a plan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was nothing. And that's why we've had to fall back on the same old coaches who we know have let us down many times before. Just want to check this super chat out. Alex, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. It's kind of you. It says Paul Scholes made a point on BT Sport. He made many points, to be fair. It's quite brutal. It says that the coaches that failed under Ole should no longer be at the club. They failed too under Ole. He also said I'd be embarrassed if I was a member of that staff now because Ole's gone and they're still there and whatnot as well. Of course the coaching staff have to be involved in it. There's so many issues and it wasn't just Ole, but as usual, the manager takes the flak for it.
Yeah. Like we're the only team that's not scored from a set piece. That's not just down to Ole. That's down to all the coaching. Yeah. So, and I don't know if anyone can confirm this for me. I saw something about the coaching staff, Phelan and someone else has been offered a new contract.
How long ago was that?
I saw something. I think I saw it like a day or two ago. I don't know if anyone can confirm that to me. And if that's true, it's a wrap.
Surely surely that's just someone chatting.
Anyone let me know in the comments. If that's true, it's a wrap. That means anyone that comes in, they can't bring anyone.
That wouldn't make any sense though if a world-class manager does come in, unless they're planning on keeping Carrick all along, which would be awful. And I don't even want to entertain that thought, to be honest with you. But what I will say is, watching our game yesterday, first off in particular, absolutely woeful.
Same. Second half, the same in it.
second half, especially when Bruno and that came on, I thought we looked sharper. Sancho, I thought looked class yesterday. Fred, I've got to shout him out. No Fred out yesterday. He had, for me, a class game. His work ethic in there, winning the ball back. I mean, him winning the ball back led to goals. There you go. Yeah, feeling mad. But does that contract really mean anything? I don't know. But
why would you do it? Why would you do it now, though? Yeah.
Because it's Manchester United and we just run like, I don't know. But the game yesterday, watched our game, slow tempo, no pressing and whatnot, as you're used to seeing.
Yeah.
Straight after the Chelsea game's on, the difference in the system, the way that everybody knows their roles, the way that the fullbacks are bombing forwards, the way that they're assertive, they get on the ball, as opposed to us being passive and just bystanding. Do you know what I mean? Like, the difference is ridiculous, and it just shows what a top class manager can do. And that's why, for me, we need to get someone who is world class, because there's levels. We're playing Chelsea this weekend, and I'll be honest, after seeing them in the Champions League yesterday, it made me feel sick.
Can't we postpone it until we get a manager in? I think that's going to be horrible. That is, we can't press. We ain't playing high intensity football. We can't pass other than when we're warming up at the start of the game. Like, we can't string more than 4 passes together. We've just got individual players having good games when, like,
but that hasn't even been happening. You know what I mean?
But then, like yesterday, we had Sancho and you're saying Fred, but I don't know. But yeah, Sancho played really good, and like Bruno came on and did well. So like, I'm worried for that game. I feel like under Carrick, it's the same. I feel like Carrick's playing how Ole was playing, because it wasn't just Ole's tactics. It was Ole and Carrick and Phelan's tactics that we were seeing the whole time.
What I will say, defensively, I thought we looked a lot better yesterday. Don't get me wrong, I literally have a heart attack when our back four get the ball at their feet and we're trying to play it from the back, because we're just far too slow at doing it. We can't do it. But in general, whatever Carrick did, look, we looked more secure. There's far less gaps appearing. Don't get me wrong, against a better team, obviously.
That's what I was going to say.
We'll see at the weekend. I think you judge it
that's
better
what I was going to say.
But we kept a clean sheet, and that's something that we have to praise us, because we've leaked goals for fun lately. Do you know what I mean? So you have to praise them on that, because Villarreal, to be fair, very decent team. Defensively, I thought, you know what, fair play. Like, we kept a clean sheet and deserve credit for that. Let's hope they can do it against Chelsea. And like I say, I think this weekend will be the bigger test. But I do think we looked more solid yesterday.
Are you taking into account the amazing saves?
What, De Gea quality? I can't believe I didn't mention him. Just want to mention Fred and Sancho. De Gea as well.
Yeah, De Gea.
Is he the best goalkeeper in the world right now for you? On current form.
I'm biased. Like, I feel like without De Gea, we'd be, who knows where we'd be. But I had my dad telling me about the Arsenal keeper. I don't know. I don't watch him. I hear about the Liverpool keeper, and I'm just like, but I see De Gea save Man United week in, week out. So I just feel like he's the best keeper I've seen in a long time. Like, so I can't hear anyone else telling me that another keeper's better, because I feel like other keepers would be conceding. Man United, yeah, we've lost 4-1, but I feel like another keeper, that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Yeah. No, you're right. Poch is playing a 4-3-3 against City. If Poch does sign up for United, will he play a similar formation, and which players will stay and be moved? Good question. Very good question. I mean, one of the players who obviously you'd think we'd like to see Poch try and squeeze in is Donny van der Beek, who got a start yesterday in the Champions League. What did you make of his game, Zeo? How did you think that he did? Because that first half in particular, it was a tough game, wasn't it?
It was a tough game, and I think he showed his quality in the game that Ali got in the Watford game. Oh my God! Like, he did so much in that in the period that he played, and I just feel like yesterday he didn't. It was just probably an off game, maybe. Like, he just needs to keep playing, doesn't he? Because he's shown what he can do. He's shown that he doesn't hide from the ball. He runs into space and wants the ball. So I just feel like yesterday I try not to judge someone who hasn't played much when they play the way he did yesterday, which was nothing really standout-ish. He was trying to get stuck into tackles and fouling people and things like that. And I feel like you're trying and you want the ball and you're trying to get involved. And that's only good things for me, because I feel like other Man United players didn't. Man United players ain't diving into tackles and fouling people, really. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I think I've played in a 10. Like, that was my position, but I've been out a bit of pace. I've played in a 10. And these games where the ball's being lumped up, you're not really keeping possession, as you already mentioned. They had a lot of the ball as well. You kind of get bypassed in that 10 role.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You kind of get bypassed, and it wasn't until the second half where we actually started to play the ball about a bit. that we started to think, you know what, let's get the number 10 into the game. And unfortunately for Donny, obviously Bruno comes on at that point in the game and he starts to be able to pick the ball up in his pockets. But I think whilst Donny was playing, it was a frustrating first half. He kind of got bypassed a little bit. I personally would rather see Donny play deeper anyway. I don't want to see him in a 10. I'd rather see him play that 8 role, so slightly deeper.
Where we played against Watford.
Exactly. Yeah. I think then he obviously can link up play, the transition from defence to attack. He does genuinely like to get stuck in as well. I think he's got that good part of his game. He's a grafter. And I don't think we'd get more out of him in the 8 rather than in that 10, especially when the game's like that. Like, he just bypassed him a little bit. And I felt a bit sorry for him. I don't think he had a bad game as such. I just don't think really as a team we got him into the game.
It was a bit of a nothing game for him. It was a bit, but that's not always on the player, is it? Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes you're not in the right places at the right time. You're not being passed to because you're being marked out, or just things are just not going your way. It happens. It happens. But Watford showed us what that guy can actually do, and I feel like that was a bit of a slap in the face for Ollie. Like, this is the guy you've not been playing. Look what he's come on and done. So I'm excited for him to get into that team.
Me too.
If we still have him.
Yeah. But he needs to play in that deep position. That's where we get the best out of him. Kuna Kind, thank you so much for that super chat. He says, I'm pro Pochettino. I'm aware he hasn't won a trophy in his career, but he does boast significant Premier League experience. Zidane wouldn't work for me. Get Poch in. Do you favour Poch over Zidane?
Yes.
These are the two names that I mentioned the most. So
I do favour. I think Poch cares about Man United more. I think Zidane, I think we're going to have to offer him so much. He probably get paid more than Pogba. Like, I feel like he ain't even going to be bothered. Like, I just think Zidane, we could lose him after a year or two because he'll probably come and not like it there and be like, this ain't for me. I feel like Poch, we could end up having him for a long time. And like you said, how do you leave PSG with the players that you've got and want to come to Man United?
Unless you love that club,
You must really, and you're coming back with a point to prove. Arsenal sacked you. I mean, Tottenham sacked you. You're coming back with a point to prove. So I think Poch more so than Zidane as well. I agree with that comment.
It was good for Bruno to be dropped. I agree. I think Bruno was playing poor. I said this year. I said I love what he did when he stood behind Ollie and he backed him. However, he has been poor last few weeks. So I agree. Ollie did care about United, and he does care about United definitely. But I think there's a different pedigree with certain managers. Care? No, you were saying that. I think it's basically saying that just because you care doesn't mean you're going to be a good manager for United. But let's face it, Pochettino is a very manager. No two ways about it. Apparently, he's unhappy at PSG. It does seem like Poch is twerking for United, to be honest with you. It does. In his interview and that as well. Like,
Man's twerking! Man said he's twerking for United!
I got that image in my head now. And Poch wants the job, while Zidane is not interested. That's why we should get Poch in, because Poch speaks English. That's another thing as well. Obviously, Zidane cannot speak English, which you'd think would be a bit of a hindrance. Of course, you've got translators and whatnot as well. But yeah, he's still laughing about Poch twerking. Bruno just looked like he ran himself into the ground. Nothing wrong with a rest. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. What's the point in having a strong squad if you're not going to rotate? And I think that's one thing that Ollie didn't do enough. So I completely agree with it. But welcome to United. Welcome to United. Jadon Sancho is the title of the video because I feel like he finally landed yesterday. You know what? You know when we were first linked to Sancho 2 years ago now? Yeah. I got this tracksuit because this is the Sancho night release tracksuit. So I was confident we were getting him back then. And it just says vibes on it. So I thought I've never worn it. So I was that gutted that it didn't come. So I thought, you know what, this season I'm wearing it. I don't care. So yeah, I'm wearing that because I thought Sancho yesterday, he was our bright spark. Even in that first half when we weren't playing well, every time we got the ball, I thought it looked purposeful. He was running at defenders. He could go one way or the other. Like, he was our positive. Like, the one bright spot from that half for me was Sancho. And I'm so glad that he topped it off with that goal at the end as well. Kind of identical to a goal that he scored for Dortmund. Was it last season or season before? I saw a little clip on Twitter comparing them. But yeah, he deserved that goal, Zeo. And do you hope now that he'll push on?
I do hope, but I'm not putting no pressure on him. He could come out and have a nothing game and then still keep warming. But I am really happy for him. And the best thing about it was that's 2 games in a row that Sancho has shown some sharpness and glimpses of what Sancho can do. It's not just it's not just the last game. So that's why I'm excited, because I feel like you seem like you're warming into it now. Also, he's being played on the right, which is where I thought we bought him for. And that's where the action's coming from. When he drifts over to the left, not much is happening then. On the on the right side, he's dropping the shoulder. People are falling on the floor and he's crossing balls in. And I'm like, okay, this is what I thought we bought. So I'm confused of why that was not happening in the first place. So yeah, I'm really happy for him, and I'm excited for what's to come, because I think, yes, now I see this Sancho hype. Is this what he's going to be doing when he's fully warmed in? Is this going to be him majority of the game? And I'm excited for that.
And I love how him and Donny have these little link-ups as well. Alex, thank you for that. He says, Poch is living like Alan Partridge in a hotel. Yeah, he's living in a hotel.
I don't know what that means.
He's literally living in a hotel at the minute.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were saying he's not happy, for whatever reason, he's not happy at PSG, or the rumours.
Oh, so he hasn't got a house?
Obviously, he was linked with us beforehand, and it just seems like these rumours come back around again. But like you say, in his interview and that as well, he kind of diverted it. He didn't really say, no, I don't want to go to Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? He's very professional how he did it, but it does seem like, it does seem that that's the way. Sancho does look proper sharp. What will happen with Maguire being out for the Chelsea game? What do you think will happen, Zeo? Who do you think? Boye comes in, Boye and Lindelof?
Yeah, it will be, because it's the same thing that Oli would do.
Varane, I'm hoping he's fit, but I'm not 100% sure if he will be. I know that he's obviously been
Just pretend it's Oli in charge. What would happen if Oli was in charge? It'd be Boye. It's Oli in charge. I'm telling you, there's no difference. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw McFred, I decided it's the same thing.
Phil Jones will happen to Slowbreaker. Poch would be great for the youngsters. Give them some direction and structure. It can only be good for us going forward. Yeah, and obviously someone mentioned there we go, Ahmad as well. He was involved in the squad yesterday. I feel like a while since he's been there. I want to see a bit more of Ahmad as well at some point this season if you can do. And obviously Lingard. It's got to be quiet on the Lingard front. Obviously last week there was uproar about it because his contract talks broke down.
At all.
And then there was that West Ham post literally minutes afterwards. Obviously doing a celebration. And he tagged West Ham in it as well. From what I believe, he just shared the post from West Ham because they were playing Wolves. West Ham posted last season Lingard's goal against Wolves, and Lingard simply shared it, and that's how it appears on his story. But still, like, to be sharing like a West Ham goal just after your contract talks, probably not the best timing.
When your team's not doing well.
Do you read into that too much?
When your team's not doing well, where the morale's in the floor, where it's looking like you're not playing much, so it wouldn't surprise people if you would move to a new club. That guy should not even been included in the match squad. If that was Pogba would be burned at the stake for that. Like, nah, I don't agree with any of that. Like, when people were also, did he write any Twitter posts or anything to say, what are you on about? Is nothing like that. Didn't say anything, did he? Didn't say anything.
I think that's what I'm shocked with. I think because Lingard, you'd think loves United. Yeah, he's been there since a kid. I can understand his frustration not playing, especially if he's come back from West Ham and being promised minutes and whatnot. I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for him not to come out to say, look, I didn't mean it in that way, I apologise or anything like that. Like, I haven't seen anything anyway. Yeah, it's a bit mad, really. You're right. I think if it was another player, it would have been a different story.
It would have been madness.
Ammon, thank you so much for that super chat. Says, hi Sophie, how are you? Not convinced with Poch. You? I think whoever comes in, it's going to be a massive risk, and I think that I say that literally because I don't trust these players as well. Do you know what I mean? I get that the manager takes criticism, but hand on heart, I don't trust this squad of players as well. If I'm totally honest with you, I think the way they can just turn it on and off is concerning. But look, whoever comes in, I would back them. I've said that already. I would back them. Zeo knows my fence has crumbled, but it'd be rebuilt for the next manager because that's just how I roll. But yeah, I'm good, thank you, and I hope you're doing good. And who knows what's going to happen? But if Poch comes in, he loves United. That's the one thing I'd say. He knows the Premier League. He got Spurs to a Champions League final. Let's see if he can do the same with us and hopefully win a trophy. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, I'm not convinced by anybody, I don't think. So I think every name that's been thrown at me, I'm thinking, it's going to be a risk. It's going to be a risk. It's going to be a risk. I think until you actually dive in and do it, who knows?
So So Ten Hag's going to be a risk for you?
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, of course.
He ain't been in the Premier League before, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's a risk that I'm willing to take, do you know what I mean? Because I think for me, he's the ideal fit. And there are rumours that we might be getting an interim and holding out until the summer to get him in. But I asked you this question before. I said if it meant us keeping Ole until the end of the season, but we're definitely getting Ten Hag in the summer.
I said
you
yes.
said you'd do it. So would you stand by Carrick till the end of the season if it meant me getting Ten Hag?
Yeah, I would. If it was guaranteed. But no, because now I'm starting to like. You know what I mean? Now I'm starting to like the idea of Poch as well. I don't know where it came from because I feel like before I didn't want it, but for some reason I'm starting to like the idea of that. So I don't actually know if we could have Poch now or Carrick to the end and then Ten Hag. I think I would say Poch now.
Yeah.
I think I'll say Poch now. I think that's less of a risk.
He's been in the Premier League before, I suppose.
That's
And if he's not
exactly.
happy in PSG, you might be able to get him faster, I guess, as well. Obviously, Ten Hag's got a great relationship with Ajax and with like the people who run the club and whatnot, so he's not going to want to break that. So he'd have to wait for him. But
If
yeah,
Ten Hag was bringing all the man them with him though, like the director of football, all the coach,
that
everyone,
ain't happening.
yeah, you get that's a different story.
Yeah.
That's if we're turning into Ajax, like that's a different story. But
Yeah.
Ten Hag said he's honoured to be mentioned through it. I'd have him in a heartbeat. Spoke glowingly about us. I thought he said that no one's contacted him at all.
He said he's focused on actually near and whatnot until the end of the season. But of course he's going to talk glowingly. It's Manchester United. Like I think anybody. Look, you got Ronaldo in the squad. You've still got Pogba at the minute. But look at our squad. Look at who we've got. Do you know what I mean? Look at the fan base. Of course, like it's a massive job. Don't get me wrong, but it's a job that I'm pretty sure any manager would be willing to take.
For him, it's a
Brendan
massive
Rodgers
pay
talk's
rise
going to
as
be
well.
quiet. Yeah, Brendan Rodgers talk's going to be quiet. I'll be honest. I don't want Rodgers. I said it before. I don't want Rodgers.
Bun that. No chance. I do.
It's the Liverpool links. I can't.
Do you know what's mad though? When I heard it when Ollie was still in, that's how damaged I was. I was like thinking, oh Rodgers, I don't know. But now I'm like, now Ollie's gone. I'm like, no chance. Are you mad? That's how damaged I felt under Ollie.
Yeah,
that's mad.
I felt numb at the end. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I was there for the 5-0 against Liverpool, and I stayed to the end. And I still can't believe it. I stood there just staring like I was in a trance, just taking it in. I wanted to see what the reaction was at the end. Akevin, big up to you. It says one of my favourite content United content creators. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Got a sneaky feeling with shithouse. A 2-1 win at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. That would be nice. I'll take a 2-1 win at Stamford Bridge. I always hate. I mean, regardless of what season it is and what's going on, I always hate the games at Stamford Bridge. Always. It's always a game that I don't look forward to. I don't know. I think we always play crap there. Even though like Rashford scored that worlder there, Lingard, I remember scoring that mad like sliding swivel goal that he scored. We've had some good memories as well there, but in general, I just hate going to Stamford Bridge. And in the form that they're in at the minute, in comparison to us,
they're flying right now. They are flying, and we've had a. Would you say we've had a manager bounce? I don't know because I feel like Ollie would have won that game yesterday as well. I think Ollie would have won it. So I don't know if we have had a manager bounce. And I think Chelsea are just flying. So for me, it's a game that I'd rather not be playing on Sunday, to be honest. If we can go and protest at Stamford Bridge and get it called off, then that's it.
Postpone it. We ain't got enough players this week, lads. Cheeky Chappy says they don't even celebrate together. Ronaldo scored, McTominay dare not even hug him, and Sancho scores. Bruno just walks and leaves Sancho on his Todd. There's no team spirit. It feels deflated at the minute, doesn't it, Zeo? I think it does feel deflated at the minute. We're saying obviously how Solskjaer obviously improved the dressing room and whatnot, but I do think these last few weeks, obviously the results that we've had and the performances have taken its toll on the dressing room as well. And obviously losing a manager is going to be a bit unsettled, isn't it? Not knowing really who's coming in and where you're going to stand and where you're going to figure in terms of the squad as well. I mean, players like Donny van der Beek and whatnot must be thinking, hang on, am I coming or going at the minute?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely unsettled. 100%.
I think Solskjaer missed the nice guy Solskjaer missed the nice guy that everyone liked, and then he gets sacked. It's a bit sad, but you understand. But then Carrick walks in and goes, "Right, lads, this is what we're going to be doing," and picks more or less a similar team. Yeah. And you kind of think, Carrick, you was there through it all anyway. Like, we know that you was helping pick the team anyway, and you've gone and picked McFred again, and it all just feels the same, and morale's low, and you're just like, nah, Carrick, shut up. That's what you're probably thinking. Do you get what I mean? Can't say it, but inside you're just thinking, oh, who cares? Who's coming in? That's what you're probably thinking. When are they coming in and who's coming in? And am I going to be here when they're coming? Who's going to be the manager? Are they going to like me? Because what Carrick's doing now means nothing. Like, do I even need to train well for Carrick? Because he ain't going to be picking the team in a month's time anyway. Yeah. So it's a bit.
This is what I said earlier. It's like bad. It's like literally it can happen again. Obviously, Chelsea sacked Lampard. We sacked Ollie. At the same point last season, they got Tuchel, ex-PSG manager. We got Pochettino, he's the ex-PSG manager, and then went on to win the Champions League. Easy. We could do that. Easy. We got Mr. Champions League. What more do you need? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't put it past us. If we get Pochettino, I wouldn't put it past us. I'll probably start saying it.
Yeah. Paul says interim, I'll bring in Ralph Rangnick and then Poch or Ten Hag in the summer. I think that looks like a likely thing to happen, to be fair. Or Valverde as well. as an interim and then get in the likes of Poch or Ten Hag. And to be fair, I would take Poch or Ten Hag in the summer. I would take that. Obviously, Poch, if he can come in sooner, like I said to you earlier, I don't think we should write this season off.
Right.
I think we should get an interim in as soon as possible, or obviously a permanent manager. It's possible with Poch, because I don't think we should. I just don't think we should give up this season. Like for me, there's still 26 games to play or something, 25 games to play.
And it's obviously
better to play for.
It's obviously better to get your manager earlier as well. So if Poch comes in and gets to grips with how everyone is, gets to understand his players, then he can know from training and how they've played on the pitch when he's told him to do certain things, who he wants to keep and get rid of in the summer. But if he just comes in the summer and people are training well, and then the season starts and they're not doing on the pitch what he's told him to do at training, he has to wait till January or next summer before he can get rid of these players. So it's obviously better for him to come in earlier. So I would take Poch now, definitely.
If it's doable, I would do the same.
Yeah.
Amma said that Poch doesn't have any trophy, not even a small one. But it was at Spurs. It was at Spurs. Do you know what I mean? Like, Spurs haven't got a trophy, not even a small one. So for him, like, I think to get them to the Champions League final in the manner that they did it as well, I think that was a big achievement for him. Obviously, remember Jose saying to us was getting second place was a massive achievement for the squad that he had. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like that. I think for Poch to get that squad to the Champions League final, that was an achievement. And of course, like I said earlier, it's a risk whoever you get in, but at least he has got experience in the Premier League. He's worked with big egos before and whatnot. Like I said, he's willing to turn down the likes of Mbappe, Messi, to come and join us, to come and have McFred in his midfield as opposed to Verratti in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, he obviously has got a desire for United, and if it is the case that he feels that way, then I do think that he's capable of doing something, definitely. Shivan said there he would definitely go on to win the title. I like the confidence. I
feel like that previous comment says a lot about Poch as well. You haven't won anything. You've gone to PSG where you're on track to winning something with almost ease, and you're willing to leave to come to a team that's not on track to winning anything. Do you get what I mean? It says what he believes that he can get out of that team and what he wants long term. Because obviously he's at PSG, he's thinking I can win a trophy. He can win a trophy at PSG, but he's willing to give up that, knowing he's won nothing, to come to Man United and try and get them winning. I feel like that says a lot about his character.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that. Kaluna Kynan says, as well as the manager, change the captain, give the armband to Ronnie. He's more than does his job. Maguire, don't get me started. We spoke about Maguire previously. We spoke about this celebration, and we were saying he's got to take it over into his club form. That didn't go to plan, did it, Zio? I mean, the sending off. I'm just grateful that my stream lagged, and I literally saw him walking down the tunnel. I missed the entire thing because I'm thinking, nah, this is having me on. I thought he like lagged in it. I don't know. I just didn't believe the stream at first. I didn't believe it. I thought, surely not. Surely he's not got himself sent off after what happened in midweek for England. It's already uproar about him. Yeah.
Someone
Do you think like, a lot
of
United fans? Well. I know. It should be a shocking first touch. You know that saying, like, his second one's a tackle. Literally for Maguire, his second one is a tackle. Like, he's... Yeah. Don't get me started on trying to play it from the back. Kanuna kind of started me off on Maguire now, and I was trying to rear away from that one a little bit because I've spoken about it before, but do you think he should be stripped from that captaincy now?
Yes.
Like, do you believe that he's not suitable to be captain for United?
Yes. I think he's made enough mistakes now where that captaincy should be taken off him. I personally don't think you should give it to Ronaldo, though, as a temporary captain. I know, like 1 or 2 years. I think you should give it to someone like Bruno, who's the one that's arguing when everyone's shouting at the manager, saying, "Yo, it's everyone. It's not just the manager." He's the one bringing everyone together. He's the one saying it's all of our faults. Do you get what I mean? That's something the manager, a captain, does. So I feel
would go with Bruno. My first choice would probably be De Gea, because of how long he's been at United, and also the fact that, to be fair, in interviews and that, he has been honest as well. He was loyal to the club. Yeah, the fax machine helped, but he's been loyal to the club for it. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'd probably go De Gea on experience, and then probably Bruno as vice captain. That would probably be my choice. But I
wouldn't argue with that, but I would pick Bruno over it first because that's just his attitude.
I wouldn't begrudge Bruno of it. Literally wouldn't begrudge it because of, like you say, his attitude and what he's showing as well. You just can't not love the guy. You can't not love him.
Well, obviously you can. Apparently you can.
Yeah, true. Yeah, some people can. I mean, Rick the Red messaging me absolutely buzzing at the fact that he was dropped the other day. So, and Ricky's coming on at some point as well this week, hopefully before the Chelsea game. So Southampton too, not even a Carabao Cup. He's on about obviously Pochettino there, and Pochettino hasn't even won a Carabao Cup. You are right. Yeah, you are right. But again, look at the squad. He must be rubbing his hands thinking to be able to come to United and work with the likes of Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Varane. Do you know what I mean? Like we've got a mad squad, a very different squad to Southampton. But of course, as I've already mentioned, it would be a risk. I think anybody coming in is a risk. And Mike says, I'm surprised that no one is talking about Joachim Low. Thank you for that super chat, Mike. All I think about when I see Joachim Low is those compilations on YouTube of picking his nose or like messing with his bum and sniffing his fingers. I just can't. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't take him on that basis. I can't. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't take him. I know it's bad to say that, but I mean, we have got a pandemic going on at the minute as well. Probably not the best, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I just wouldn't. No, it's bad, but I just can't. I can't face that. I can't. It's just not hygienic, man. It's just not.
Oh, so you would turn him down based on just?
Yeah, I would.
You imagine the banter we'd get from other teams, though, man. It would be so jokes. The things they would say to us. You made me need my inhaler.
It's not even like, you know, it's not like it's a one-off though. Like he's just accidentally did it once and got caught. Like literally, there's compilations on YouTube. That's how much he's done it.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's actually nuts. Oh, there's a good thing. I want to know. What did he say?
Which one?
Sophie, can you imagine? No, something about your username. Where is it?
Where is it? Oh,
can you imagine, Sophie, if we got Joachim Low and you're using it? What would you call yourself if you got Poch then, Sophie? I think
Sorry, Brush, but I had to be honest and say that's why I can't. Yeah, I can't imagine him as United manager.
We're ending up with Poch. I'm gonna say we're gonna end up with Poch.
I need some suggestions for a name.
Sophaccino.
Sophaccino. That's it. The closest one.
That's the closest one, isn't it?
Lofi. That's a good one, but I'm not having it because we're not getting him as manager.
Yeah, coming.
No, can't come. Exactly, Lawbreaker. We're already a laughing stock, and then you got a manager doing that. We can't have a growing scratcher.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't have.
It's going to be Poch. I think it's going to be Poch. I think it was always meant to be from before.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Arteta must be a genius because he's won a trophy. But yeah, I think Poch is the one that I would take.
Same.
I would take Joachim Low. Don't get me wrong, as a manager, I'm not doubting that. It's just that visual image. I don't know. I just can't unsee that. I just cannot unsee it. And by the way, I don't search for Joachim Low compilations on YouTube. I just
you know what? I didn't even look at that. How do you know?
I was going to put that out there as well.
How do you know?
I know I look at like vegetable instruments and that, but I promise you I don't look at Joachim Low picking his nose. It's just not. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on from the groin scratcher. Chelsea at the weekend. Obviously, we beat Villarreal, we kept a clean sheet. We know Chelsea is going to be a completely different test. He's already got a scoreline there. How are you feeling going into it?
4-1. 4-1. Battered.
2.
Same.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying to United then. I was thinking you're
No, we're going to get battered 4-1. Same team. McFred. Put Bruno back in. Put Rashford back in. Same usual team. I think Sancho has to probably play now. I don't know how Carrick feels about Greenwood, actually. 4-1. Battered. No morale. Chelsea slapping. I just think it's the same team. Ollie's gone, right step in the right direction, but you put someone in the place that was making the decisions with him. I think it's going to be another horrible moment. I don't want it to be, though. Don't ever take what I'm saying, everyone, as I hate United or anything like that. I really don't want it to be. That's just what I can see and what I predict, and I really hope it doesn't come true.
For anyone interested, it's 0-0 still in the City game, but apparently City are all over PSG. City play some mad football, and I'm seeing Jack Grealish tweeting, giving away tickets, and I'm just thinking, what? Have you seen that? Grealish tweeted today saying, I've got 4 tickets for City game that I don't want. Anybody interested in it? And I'm thinking, this is their players hours before they're playing. Yeah, it's mad, and the football they play, it is embarrassing, isn't it?
You've got no fans. What's that guy? You've got no fans.
You want some? I'll give it to you. That guy.
You want some tickets? I'll give it to you.
Like Del boys, pull their brown coat with the tickets in and a watch. Zoe said 3-0 to Chelsea. Zoe, of course you're going to be confident. I get that totally. Chilwell's out there and Kante's out, I know. 3-0 says Mike as well. Reece James is on fire at the minute, so the hat trick there.
Reece James hat trick,
17-0 to Chelsea.
Imagine.
It's not even that far fetched anymore. That's how bad it's got for us. Like 2-1.
All it takes is a De Gea off day, innit?
Royce is going to hide behind the sofa for the Chelsea game. The Empty is full tonight. The Messi effect. Is that the first time it's been full? Apart from Ed Sheeran concert? I don't even know.
Oh dear.
I don't even know. I'm not looking forward to it either. We know Soph watches football. He's addicted to vegetable flutes and he's mesmerised by the finger sniffer. You changed, lady. That's what United have done to me. I've changed. I've resorted to watching YouTube videos on nothing. Just I'm confident that, but slightly nervous. I won't lie. You know what? You're not being all negative on United. I'm going to back United. I'm hoping that we surprise people.
What?
And then you know what's going to happen? It's going to be like, right, here's the contract, here's the pen. Carrick signed the deal. That's what's going to happen. No, I'm not saying that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tight one. I think I'm going to go 2-1, but to United. I'm going to reverse it.
Okay.
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to say 2-1 to United. And I'm not confident on that, but I'm not going to bet against my team. I'm just hoping that we just shock a few people because I think we due a performance. With the squad that we've got, I think we due a performance.
To be honest, I think your crystal ball's broken from.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll start setting that fence up again. But yeah, I'm going to say 2-1, sorry.
I hope so.
Nuno Kine said I wanted LVG out for losing his footing on the sideline. At least that's not unhygienic, though.
Yeah.
That was funny, actually. I remember that clearly. With his clipboard on the side. What a guy. I miss LVG's interviews, though. I've got to be honest. I do miss his interviews. He used to crack me up. The wine and the mince pie. Just, what a guy.
I just think he reminds me of that Thomas Muller when he was telling a joke, and I'm just like, I feel like you're telling a joke, but I don't quite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, proper straight face. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. That dry sense of humour.
Yeah.
We just proper and like obviously like Mike Smalling and all that. Like, yeah. I miss LVG. But I'm going to go 2-1. Like I said, I'm not confident on it, but I am. To keep you posted, so tomorrow I've got Stuart, the Parisian Londoner, joining me. PSG fan. Obviously, he was on Don Robbie show with me. If you guys witnessed it then for the Euros. But yeah, he's going to be talking to me at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Obviously, if you're a bet, you're welcome to come and join us as well. And he's going to talk to us about the Poch rumours. He's adamant that Poch is coming to United and Zidane is going to end up at PSG. So we're going to discuss his thoughts on that. So if you're about to come and get involved, definitely. And I've mentioned already, Rick the Red's going to be joining me, hopefully before the Chelsea game. If not, it'll be after the game. But definitely this weekend, Rick the Red will be on. I'm looking forward to that one, to be fair. I'm looking forward to it. Because some of his messages.
Yeah, I really want to see what he's going to say now. I would love. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that to hear it. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be proper controversial. I love it. Again, if you're about, you're welcome to join us because I think he's got so many good ideas, Rick the Red, and yeah, if you know him, you know he's entertaining to watch anyway. But it's always a good chat. And Lawbreaker, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. So thanks for the last, guys, being so funny. If I were to send Low to buy some tissues, I think you might need a few more than that, Lawbreaker. But yeah, we'll take it definitely. No, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, Low is just a no for me. Definitely.
Low is just a no.
Low is a no. Hit that like, people. Yeah, of course, guys. Hit the like on the video. Zeo, let people know where they can find you as well, obviously, to come and follow your socials.
God, every time. Zeo Leonardo. Zeo Leonardo. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, if you want to see rapping and stuff like that. And obviously, I only talk about United on here, really. So if that's all you're interested in me talking about, then you don't need to follow me anyway. You just need to keep watching this channel.
No, your tweets are pretty entertaining, to be fair. Always at a minute as well. He's always trying to like put me on the spot and at a minute tweets as well. So yeah. But yeah, no, and Zeo, to be fair, we'll talk about next week, possibly doing another Taking Names because it's where Zeo wraps in, and we're going to do a mid-season review on. So we did want to start the season, which was all positive because we just saw Ronaldo and whatnot, and we were absolutely gassed, and we were thinking United are going to win the league. To now, which has just been
you need to delete
a mad anticlimax. Yeah, so. It's all live. Zeo is freestyling, taking you guys from the chat and taking some of what your lyrics are, and obviously taking your names as well, putting it into a track that you can then listen to afterwards. And it's still on SoundCloud right now, I believe, isn't it, Zeo? I listen to it every now and again, you know. I listen to it every now and again, and I love it's class. But I'm depressed listening to it now. So I remember us just, thinking we're going to light the place up, and it just didn't happen. So, no, it's really fun. So we'll discuss doing that next week. But yeah, make sure you give Zeo a follow. Obviously, follow me as well if you haven't. Soph Richo on Twitter, Soph Richo with a kiss on the end of it on Instagram. Obviously, Ladies in Red on YouTube. Come and give me a follow on all socials. And also, I'll do a bit of streaming on ECL, so go and follow them as well. We've sponsored Ladies in Red a few times. So, yeah, follow ECL as well if you like any FIFA streams or anything like that. But thank you so much to everyone in the chat. It's been a really funny stream tonight, a really good one. As I've already said, Low is a no-go. Poch in, it seems. I'd be happy with that. I know a lot of people in the chat would be happy with it. Zeo would be happy with it as well. We'll see what happens. But yeah, all that's left to say is keep smiling, stay positive. We'll be back soon. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Hopefully PSG smash City.
Come on, yeah, I was going to say, come on, PSG.
Yeah, that's all that's left to say. Take care, guys, and we will see you soon.